Je n'ai pas l'intention de ruiner votre soirée, rassurez-vous. Il va rester de façon...
C'est correct, vous avez le droit des questions.
J'ai écouté votre...
Peut-être l'enregistrement, votre nom, s'il vous plaît.
On entend bien.
1, 2.
Et votre nom, s'il vous plaît, pour l'enregistrement.
Benoît La Liberté, citoyen corporatif de Lac-Brome. Donc, j'ai entendu, comme Gilbert disait, votre speech, celle de Mme Morin, Mme Gagnon. Vous avez vécu des bons moments à la ville de Lac-Brome. Évidemment, ces moments-là sont précieux, mais sont surtout permis par les propriétaires fonciers de la ville de Lac-Brome, ses citoyens. Donc, si on a un budget de 20 millions de dollars par année pour réaliser... Je vais essayer de parler un peu plus fort. Donc, la raison pour laquelle je pense que vous avez pu vivre des moments importants à la ville de Lac-Brome et réaliser des choses, c'est en fonction des propriétaires fonciers et en fonction des citoyens de Lac-Brome qui, année après année, participent financièrement à l'économie de la ville. Aujourd'hui, vous vous apprêtez à passer un règlement de contrôle intérimaire qui va affecter environ 18,5 millions de pieds carrés dans la ville de Lac-Brome et quelques milliers de propriétaires fonciers dans le centre-ville. Ma question s'en vient. Comme vous savez, un règlement de contrôle intérimaire aura pour effet de restreindre l'usage de certains immeubles et certains propriétaires fonciers dans le centre-ville de Lac-Brome. Or, priver les propriétaires fonciers de cette possibilité-là et de pouvoir utiliser leur terrain à leur juste valeur constitue une forme d'expropriation déguisée de leurs droits pour une période indéterminée. Cette expropriation-là n'est pas possible à moins que ces propriétaires fonciers-là soient compensés correctement pour un règlement de contrôle intérimaire qui serait adopté sans date prescrite. Alors, ma question, je m'adresse à Mme Georges, qui peut-être est un peu plus indépendante dans le processus.
Toutes les questions sont...
Parfait, Monsieur le maire.
C'est Mme Judge, Monsieur le maire.
Madame Judge, Monsieur le maire. Exact. Donc, quel est le plan pour la ville? Est-ce que vous avez un plan pour la ville en effectuant un règlement de contrôle intérimaire qui affectera les propriétaires fonciers de 18,5 millions de pieds carrés dans le centre-ville de Lac-Brome pour une période indéterminée, qui seront privés de construire des immeubles de plus que des duplex? Les conséquences de ça sont importantes pour ces propriétaires-là qui payent des taxes, qui achètent des terrains de bonne foi, qui investissent des millions de dollars et qui payent des droits de mutation pour ces terrains-là, qui se voient aujourd'hui privés de faire ce qu'ils pouvaient faire au moment qu'ils ont acheté, au moment qu'ils payent leurs taxes et au moment qu'ils ont payé les droits de mutation. Avez-vous un plan de contingence pour mettre en place un règlement qui servira d'expropriation déguisée? Et si vous n'en avez pas, comment pensez-vous pouvoir gérer la situation pour tous ces propriétaires fonciers-là qui seront affectés par ce règlement de contrôle intérimaire?
Merci, M. La Liberté. Je laisse la parole à Victor.
Monsieur La Liberté, en fait, vous savez certainement que ce n'est pas une mesure qui est prise à la légère, un règlement de contrôle intérimaire. C'est dans le cadre le Conseil a adopté plusieurs résolutions dans les derniers mois qui confirment que nous sommes dans le processus de refonte du plan d'urbanisme. Donc, une ville est de plein droit de faire ce genre de règlement. Et bien sûr, le but est de ne pas d'étirer inutilement ce genre de règlement sur place. Et il y a plein de dispositions qui sont mises de l'avant pour les propriétaires. Quand vous utilisez le mot expropriation déguisée, malheureusement, je ne suis pas d'accord avec le terme que vous utilisez. On est pleinement dans notre droit et c'est notre devoir de s'assurer que le développement du centre-ville, c'est la demande. On a fait une planification stratégique et les gens nous ont dit, on aimerait ça, que vous vous assurez que le développement du centre-ville se fasse de façon harmonieuse. Donc, on a utilisé les outils mis à notre disposition pour le faire.
Si vous me permettez, pas de question en provoque une prochaine, M. Patterson, très respectueusement. Mettre en place un règlement de contrôle intérimaire pour une période indéterminée, qu'est-ce que les propriétaires fonciers font avec leurs taxes municipales? Ma question, est-ce qu'on arrête de payer les taxes municipales de ces terrains-là? Est-ce qu'on se doit rembourser les droits de mutation? Comment est-ce que la ville peut, d'un côté, arrêter un développement complet pour 18,5 millions de pieds carrés dans le centre-ville de Lac-Brome et pas penser que tous ces propriétaires fonciers-là, à petite, moyenne ou grande échelle, vont subir un préjudice financier qui pourrait se retrouver un dommage en quelque part pour quelqu'un. Fait que ma question, c'est que vous ne pouvez pas passer un règlement de contrôle intérimaire et espérer que ces gens-là ne subissent pas de dommages financiers pour lesquels il faut les compenser.
Monsieur La Liberté, vous savez très bien que c'est un outil qui est utilisé dans plusieurs municipalités, petites et grandes du Québec. Lac-Brome ne réinvente pas la roue. On utilise les outils à notre disposition. Votre prémisse, malheureusement, j'y adhère pas. Si vous croyez que vous êtes brimé personnellement, c'est à vous de prendre les recours nécessaires. Mais je peux vous dire que ce qui se fait ce soir ici, c'est fait partout. C'est fait de façon transparente et c'est fait de façon légale. Donc, si vous vous sentez brimé pour votre dossier à vous, ben, vous ferez vos
Non,
représentations.
je ne suis pas ici parler de mon dossier, je parle aussi pas parler.
Non, ben,
On peut juste savoir de façon très transparente,
oui.
avant que les choses évoluent, quel est votre plan pour les propriétaires fonciers
Oui.
qui se voient expropriés d'une façon temporaire
Ben,
ou permanente leur droit.
Je ne peux pas répondre à votre prémisse parce que la question est fausse. Ce n'est pas une expropriation.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait pendant ce temps-là? Ma question est, quel est, s'il vous
Monsieur
plaît,
la Liberté.
j'ai une dernière question, je termine en disant, quel est le plan de la Ville en agissant et en bloquant les droits de ces propriétaires fonciers-là pour une période indéterminée? Quel est le plan? Je veux juste savoir, avez-vous, oui ou non, un plan? Quel est le plan?
Je vous invite à suivre l'évolution du plan d'urbanisme et vous allez voir l'échéance qui sera prévue. C'est le plan.
Quel est le plan pour ces propriétaires fonciers? Quel est le plan? Il n'y en a pas? Parfait.
On ne sait pas, monsieur la Liberté,
C'est ça.
quoi
Donc, le point, c'est qu'il n'y a pas de plan. C'est ce que je
Le
comprends.
plan, c'est pour le prochain plan urbaniste, mais il n'y a aucune date prévue.
Le plan pour la Ville vis-à-vis de ces propriétaires fonciers-là qui vont perdre leurs droits pour une période indéterminée. Y a-t-il un plan?
Monsieur, la Liberté, en tout respect, la RCI était pour un secteur complet dans le centre-ville de
Le plus
Longueuil, par
important.
exemple.
Le plus important.
Si une propriété, moi, était incluse dans ça, je regrette, mais c'est ça. Mais la RCI est là pour ça, ça finit là. Et
Donc,
je ne veux pas ajouter d'autres choses.
Il n'y a pas de plan pour compenser ces
Le plan,
propriétaires.
c'est le prochain plan urbanisme.
Pas pour les propriétaires.
Aucun.
Parfait.
Ron Blow, Fisher's Point. And tonight, I'm going to be saying thank you very much to the town. You've actually started working on the improvement of Fisher Point Road. Much appreciated. And now we're waiting for the next phase of the work to begin.
Well, I'm so happy. And so are a lot of people here too.
Yes.
So, there you go.
And best of luck, Richard. You've done a super
Thank you.
job.
Thank you very much.
Stuart Bacon, I live on Victoria, and I just wanted to take a moment to recognize the efforts that these people put in month after month after month for years. We don't always agree with them, they don't always do smart things, sometimes we think they do silly things, but they're there en bonne foi, month in, month out. And I think as a community, we owe them a thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon.
Benoît Beauchamp. Madame Gagnon, Madame Morin, Monsieur Burkham. Dans notre profession d'avocat, on utilise souvent l'expression pro bono, qui veut dire essentiellement pour le bien de la communauté. Et je voulais appliquer cette expression-là au travail que vous trois avez exercé au cours des années dans vos fonctions, et parce que je crois que c'est un service que vous avez rendu à la communauté. Et je voulais vous remercier, et j'ai une question pour M. Burkham. Qu'est-ce que vous allez faire après le 2 novembre?
Peut-être qu'on peut prendre un café ensemble chez Caron. Mais non, Je peux demander à ma femme.
Elle a une liste.
Probablement après 2 semaines, elle va dire, Richard, va aller à l'hôtel de ville le matin, et visiter avec le nouveau maire. Alors, possiblement, c'est ça, mais j'en ai beaucoup de choses à faire à la maison. Je suis un ébéniste, je suis un ouvrier.
Oh, you are a carpenter.
Yes, I built my own house, but at my age, I'm not up for hire. I'm only at my place.
Well, you can do it pro bono if you want.
Oh, what does that mean, free of charge? If I
Good luck.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
Alicia Selfall, Knowlton. Question concerning the temporary moratorium that was referenced in the earlier question by Monsieur Laliberté. Can you clarify how long this moratorium is supposed to be in effect for?
Well, that's what Mr. Laliberté had asked, and we said it's going to be, the new council and new mayor will work on a new urbanism new urbanism plan, which usually is every 5 years, but due to COVID and everything else, it was late. And now we decided as council not to start it now this year, to let the new council and the new mayor proceed with the new urbanism plan.
So this moratorium wouldn't be canceled until that plan was approved?
It may stay in effect till then. The new council may decide differently. It's up to them. If they want to take it off, they can at any time. So it's up to the new council really to address that.
So they could take it off before the urban plan had been formally approved? I'm sorry.
I'm going to let Mr. Orell add a few things.
The urbanism plan is the big plan, you know, but the global plan. Thank you, sir. The downtown, the RCE was adopted for. We're going to show a map again tonight, but it's for downtown, and it could be the urbanism plan. Started with the politique d'habitation, and now Camille's team are working on a few guides architecturales, and they're going to be working also in a strategy for the downtown. So it could be in phases. So the phases for the downtown could be much shorter than the global urbanism plan. So we're going to see with the next council if the phase concerning the RCE for downtown will be shorter in time. But keep in mind that legally, a règlement de contrôle intérimaire, it says intérimaire, it cannot be long-term. So it's going to be intérimaire. Is it 8 months, a year, 12, 14 months? We don't know.
Well, your bylaw says période d'application est valide pour une période maximale d'1 an. Donc 14 mois, en théorie, ça ne serait pas possible, d'après ce que vous allez présenter ce soir.
Probablement.
OK, donc c'est un maximum d'1 an. La raison pour laquelle j'ai posé la question aussi, parce que la plupart des citoyens n'ont probablement pas consulté le détail de ces documents. Donc, ils se fient sur ce qui est publié sur votre site web, entre autres, ou les infolettres. Et dans l'infolettre, ça a été spécifié qu'il y a un moratoire d'1 an. Or, ce n'est pas le cas. Okay? Ça peut porter à confusion, ça peut induire en erreur. Si la population pense que c'est gelé effectivement pour 1 an et ce n'est pas le cas, ce serait important de le préciser pour que tout le monde le comprenne, surtout quand on entre dans une période d'élection. Donc, j'espère que l'administration et le Conseil, s'il y a lieu, se chargera de communiquer des informations précises et claires à la population.
C'est noté, madame.
Merci.
C'est noté.
Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres questions? Oui.
The exchange with Madame Sotto brought a question in my mind. One of the most powerful tools that is available for cities to control constructions is the PIIA. And unless I'm mistaken, the PIIA does not apply to every sector of this town, only to a few sectors. My question to you, Mayor Burkham, why isn't it the case? Why did the city in the past decide not to apply the PIIA to all sectors of the town, to allow the urban planning committee to intervene? For example, in my district, my neck of woods, where constructions are being permitted and the architectural aspect of the building doesn't mix well with the environment.
That's correct. When we were elected, of course, in 2013, the urbanism plan had just been adopted 3 or 4 months before that. We worked with that up till, well, then COVID came and everything else. I agree, there should be other sectors that, especially when you refer to your sector, Stonehaven, which, why it wasn't in the new urbanism plan, it was their choice back then. And of course, things changed since then, and now we see that. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more sectors that will be added to the PIA, and consequently, but that's up to the new council and the new urbanism plan to incorporate that and to see. I know the sectors personally myself that are in the PIA. You know, there's the one in Foster, in the center, basically in Foster, and you have parks here, parks there, you have the conference, Benoit, and you have certain others going out of town, but then there was some, even some lots that were not, for whatever reason, we don't know why, but I cannot go further with that, Mr. Bourgon, but I mean, but I agree that it could be, it's certainly a way to control it, but at the same time, you know what I mean?
But I just have a quick subsequent question in light of your answer. I thought that the plans urbanistes is just general guidelines that you're not really, you should follow them, but you're not completely bound by the plans urbanistes. So then my question is, wasn't it possible for you during those years, regardless of the plans urbanistes, to make those changes and decide, well, I think we should look at this sector, that sector, and impose, for lack of better words, a PII?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But in all due respect, just to finish, like Monsieur Bourgon, we never felt the need till just recently for certain sectors especially. And then when somebody wants to build, all of a sudden we find out it's not in the PER. Their project is being tabled. So consequently, we can't start changing it then, you know what I mean? Yes, we see, I know what you mean, and you know what I mean too, so we couldn't just do it then, but then we see what the problem is, and yes. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Joël Sartrand. Hi, bonjour. I'm representing the Fondation Parc tonight. I just have a quick question. Do we have an update into regards to the building, the old sugarcane barn across the street where the parking lot is? Does anybody have an update in regards to what that will become?
Where is
The
this?
Coder building on Victoria?
No, I mean, the town owns it now.
Yeah.
It's a parking lot as it was before, and it's up to the new council to decide what they will do with it, or it's not, it's in terribly shape, that's for sure. So I'm not sure what the new council would do with it.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you. Just wanted to update, and also huge congratulations and thank you all for your service.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Lisa Southall again. A question concerning an occurrence at the last council meeting, if I'm permitted, right? And it concerns the development on Bonneville. In the September meeting, there was a decision which was quite warmly contested, shall we say, by the citizens of that sector who were present. And it concerned, if memory serves me well, the addition of a fifth building on that site, where there were already 4. Is that correct? Okay, so Mr. Patterson is nodding yes, thank you, okay.
Oh, we're all nodding, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was looking probably more at the 2 of you because the mayor and the head of the CCU, so whose committee's recommendations are then put forward to the council. And those buildings currently are 3 or 4 units. Is that correct? How many units are in them? Pardon? 4. 4 units. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, if I understand correctly, the CCU recommended approving the addition of that 5th building because it was within the bylaw, current existing bylaws. Is that correct, or the current zoning? As I recall, what I heard that night was the zoning permits it.
So just to clarify, to make sure I understand your point, the dossier, there could have been, the CCU could have been asked to stipulate on 2 aspects. If there were anything that was derogatory, such as height, usage of the space, and so on. Because none of the items were derogatory, they were allowed to construct it like that. What the CCU did, why they were consulted, was the look and the implementation. So that they had made certain recommendations to the council, which we accepted, the CCU, in terms of the setback distance, some of the colors, and so on. So it was more the look and the implementation. So there were no derogatory points that the CCU had, or the council had to stipulate on. So when I may have said, yes, it can be built because it fits all the requirements, but the CCU still had to look at it, and the council had to stipulate because it's in a PEA zone for the loop. So that from Beach Hill to the corner to where there's the daycare, that is the only multi-unit, our commercial zone, which is in PEA. So any project in that zone will be before the CCU and the council, even if all the construction requirements fit the bylaw.
But the zoning requirements, if I understand them correctly, for that zone, which is UMV-3-H12, don't actually specify how many buildings can be built on a lot, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in other words, it was the CCU's decision to add that 5th building. You were at liberty to say no. It was not a zoning requirement that you were forced to conform yourselves to. That was a discretionary decision, right?
No, that's incorrect.
No? Okay.
So for example, the promoter could have said, I'm going to put 3 buildings on there, but in no way could to my knowledge, in no way could the council have refused the construction of 1 building. The zone doesn't limit it. Now, where there are other impacts is probably that 3 buildings wouldn't fit on that lot because of the required space between buildings and so on. So, the council would not have had a position to refuse it regarding in terms of because it was a building.
Okay, but it was the CCU's and then subsequently the council's decision to add that 5th building. There was nothing in the zoning that required them to do that. That was a discretionary decision.
No, I'm sorry. The
not
CCU didn't have a say in whether if the promoter would have asked for 2 buildings, then the CCU would have stipulated on the number of buildings. But the CCU couldn't have said, no, we don't want building any buildings on that lot.
No, and that's clear because the Grille de Zonage says you have to permit. No, you don't have to permit, but those 3 to 4 unit buildings are permitted, whereas the 5 to 8 or 8 to 12 or 12 to 20 wouldn't be. But the number of buildings that are authorized for a lot That's a discretionary decision, right? Yeah, two lots. Yes, I stand corrected, you're right. Right, but that is a discretionary decision that the CCU and then the council.
No. The request was for one building.
Mhm.
That's it. So they could have built more, they did not, they requested one. So the CCU couldn't have said, you're building none.
Okay, so it was two, so there were four on one,
Yes.
four buildings on one lot and
Yes.
then one on that.
Yes.
Okay, and that was where the issue, okay, thank you for the
Yes.
clarification.
Maintenant, on va continuer avec l'autre. Do we have somebody else?
Oh, it's way.
We'll take one more question. We're already at the 30-minute mark.
Thank you very much. Brenda Stone, Knowlton. Urban planning. So many of us are very worried about congestion and with the new builds and the future builds. How do we voice our concerns so that the CCU hears our worries? What input do we have addressing congestion?
You're talking about the congestion of traffic?
Buildings, traffic.
Yeah, but
We're looking, the group of people that I am with at the moment, we are looking around the IGA and we're going like, holy smokes. We need to be speaking in advance so that we don't end up with such density.
well, right now, whatever zone for what it is, they can build on it. If it's not zoned for it, it takes a change of zoning. So the new urbanism plan will look at that. If they believe you can address it to the town when it comes time for the new urbanism plan, for the congestion of more apartment buildings, but if the land, any lots on Knowlton Road or wherever, they have the right to build apartment buildings on it, then they will go ahead with the apartment buildings. If everything conforms to the bylaw. But for
So really,
right now, there's a moratorium on it with the RCI. So nobody can put a project in for apartments or anything right now in the sector that we had last month, which we showed at the council meeting.
Right, but you just explained to us that that moratorium isn't across the board. There are openings in that. So I'm saying, as groups of citizens, how do we get our voices heard concerning what's going on with the CCU? How
I
can
will
we?
let
how
Mr.
can we-
it's okay, Mrs. Stone, I'll let Mr. Arell.
The next urbanism plan will have hordes of consultation with the citizens. So the urbanism plan will be proposed to the citizen and adjusted with the comments of the citizens. So you will have your say on the next zoning bylaws and the urbanism plan when we're going to consult the population as we are obliged by the law. So
I'm sure glad we're obliged by the law, because I've been waiting a long time to find a correct avenue to speak. Because here in council, everything is passed, it's too late. I can't put in my 50 cents, which is now up to $2.50, but anyway. All right, so yes, I will certainly look forward to being able to participate in that, along with a number of other citizens. Secondly, just before I sit down, can you give me an update of what's going on with the duck farm and the land on the fire departments, on the fire?
No, right now it's still in the process of expropriation for the moment, so we have nothing more to answer to that effect. You're talking about the land for the fire station?
Yes, I am talking about the land at the
Yeah,
fire
that's
station, and I would just like an update of where the town is on that.
Well, right now on Victoria Street, we were refused by the CPKQ for the extra piece of land we needed in the back. So now we're looking at other pieces of land that the duck farm owns on Center Road. And the dossier will go on.
Poor duck farm, they've been so generous in the past.
well,
Okay,
It's not, anyway, thank you very much.
thank you for the good work that was done on Victoria Street. I think that the town employees all deserve a gold medal for it. It was oftentimes very bad weather, and they stuck through it, and it was very good.
What work is that
On
on?
doing the sidewalks and putting
Well,
in
that
bike
was a
path.
private contractor that did it.
Was it
They got a
private?
contract for that, not town employees.
Oh, too bad. I would like to have given cake
You
to
missed out on that
the
one.
town employees.
Yeah. But I'll pass the word on. Robert Daniel is here, and he'll take the,
3 cheers. Thank you.
thank you.